Hello, my darlings. Today I want to take you somewhere truly special, a place where the ocean sparkles, the air is thick with the scent of cinnamon, and every smile feels like a warm embrace. Let me share an adventure, one that wasn't about luxury, but about discovering the true heart of Sri Lanka, the pearl of the Indian Ocean, in all its vibrant everyday glory. My mission? To live for a month on just $600, $20 a day. It sounded impossible, but I was determined to see how far curiosity and kindness could take me. This challenge was an invitation to step off the tourist trail and into the everyday world of Sri Lankans, to see the country through the eyes of those who call it home. I chose local buses over private cars, homestays over hotels, and the company of locals over the comfort of familiar routines. I wandered through market stalls instead of tourist restaurants, tasting flavors I'd never imagined and learning stories behind every dish. It wasn't about saving money, but about finding connection and authenticity, about sharing meals, laughter, and moments with people who welcomed me as family. I packed light, with curiosity as my main companion, and a willingness to embrace the unexpected. My only plan: let the island guide me, following the scent of spices, the sound of temple bells, and the rhythm of daily life. I wanted to learn, to participate, to discover the small moments of magic that make a place unforgettable, like sharing tea with a local family or joining a village festival. With hope in my heart and a creative wallet, I landed in Colombo, ready for the unknown. The adventure had begun, and I felt alive with possibility. There's a special freedom in traveling with little to lose and everything to gain, when every sunrise feels like a new beginning. This wasn't just a trip, it was a lesson in living, in being present, and in letting the world surprise me. I wanted to see if the greatest treasures of travel are the moments that change you forever. I suspected they were, and I was eager to find out. And so, with a hopeful heart and open mind, I set off into the unknown, ready to let Sri Lanka reveal its magic to me. My days quickly settled into a simple, delicious rhythm, shaped by the pulse of the markets and the warmth of shared meals. Each morning began with string hoppers and dal at a tiny local eatery, less than $1, eaten with my hands, just like everyone around me. The soft noodles soaked up the spicy lentils, and the flavors lingered long after breakfast was done. The markets were a feast for the senses, pyramids of tropical fruit, the scent of spices drifting through the air, and the lively chatter of vendors calling out their daily specials. Every corner offered something new to discover, from jackfruit to fiery red chilies. Lunch was often flaky roti or a spicy short eat from a bustling street stall, the kind of snack you eat, standing up, surrounded by locals on their lunch break. Every meal was a chance to connect, sharing fruit with a shopkeeper, learning a recipe from a grandmother, or simply exchanging smiles with strangers over a plate of food. Evenings meant kotu roti, chopped and sizzled on a hot griddle, eaten roadside for $2. The clang of metal blades and the aroma of curry filled the night air, drawing hungry crowds. These small interactions wove me into the fabric of local life, making me feel less like a visitor and more like a part of the community. Food here is more than sustenance. It's community, a way to bring people together and share stories, laughter, and traditions. Sitting on a stool, eating kotu as the city buzzed around me, I felt content, surrounded by the energy of the streets and the kindness of strangers. This was the real Sri Lanka, simple, vibrant, alive, and always welcoming. And all for just a few dollars a day, making every meal feel like a small celebration of life's simple pleasures. The best meals weren't in restaurants, they were in the heart of the markets, where flavors, stories, and friendships came together, and every bite was a story, a memory, and a taste of Sri Lanka's soul. To understand Sri Lanka, you must travel as the locals do. I skipped first class and rode third-class trains through the hill country. Windows open, air cool, scenery breathtaking. The carriage was alive with families, monks, and vendors selling spicy snacks. Leaning out the doorway, I watched tea plantations and villages roll by. Local buses were another adventure, painted bright, packed tight, music blaring. I squeezed in beside grandmothers and students, sharing smiles and stories. These journeys cost pennies, but were rich in connection. On one bus, an elderly man insisted on buying me tea, just to share a moment of kindness. It was on these rickety rides that I felt the true warmth of Sri Lankan hospitality. The journey was never just about the destination. It was about the people, the stories, and the kindness of strangers. That's where the island's heartbeat truly lives. My budget led me to homestays, real homes, not just rooms. In a village near Sigiriya, Anusha welcomed me with sweet tea and a smile. Her children became my guides, showing me their world. I learned to cook in a clay pot kitchen, scraping coconuts and grinding spices. We spoke through laughter and food, not words. Evenings were spent on the veranda, listening to stories and the sounds of the night. One sunset, I joined village children at the lake, splashing and laughing as the sky turned purple. These moments weren't tourist attractions. They were life, shared freely. Each homestay offered warmth, new skills, and a sense of belonging. For $10 a night, I gained a family and memories beyond price. I left each home with a full heart, and a sense that I'd truly found home, again and again. Sri Lanka's spirituality is everywhere, from ancient cities to quiet hilltop temples. My budget took me to peaceful, lesser-known sites, places where I found solitude instead of crowds. At dawn in Polonnaruwa, I wandered among ruins, imagining the lives that once filled these stones. A local farmer led me to a hidden rock temple, reached by climbing ancient steps. Inside, a solitary monk welcomed me with a smile and silent chant. The cave glowed with flickering lamps and centuries-old paintings. We sat together in silence, sharing a moment of deep tranquility. No tourists, no gift shop, just art, history, and peace. In the evenings, I joined villagers at their local temple, watching families make offerings and children play. I was always welcomed, never an outsider. Here, faith is woven into daily life, open and alive. These quiet encounters revealed the island's spiritual heart, and left me with a sense of profound peace. By chance I arrived during a village parahera, a vibrant temple festival. The whole community prepared, decorating homes, threading jasmine garlands, cooking for all. I joined in, my clumsy hands met with patient smiles. The festival night was electric. Drums thundered, dancers whirled, and a majestic elephant carried a sacred relic. The village glowed with torches and excitement. A family beside me shared sweet tea and explained the rituals, welcoming me as a guest, not a tourist. As the elephant passed, reverence filled the air. The celebration was for gods and for the community, a moment of shared joy and tradition. After the procession, drumming and dancing continued late into the night. This was no stage show, but real, living culture. My only ticket was friendship. The most authentic experiences can't be bought. They're given and shared, and they stay with you forever. As my month in Sri Lanka came to a close, I realized I'd spent just under $600. But what I gained were treasures that can't be measured by any currency. My souvenirs weren't things I could pack in a bag, but memories, tastes, sounds, and smiles. There was Anusha's unforgettable curry, the gentle rhythm of the train winding through the hills, and the deep peace I found in a silent temple, where time seemed to pause. I met people who had very little in terms of material wealth, yet they were rich in spirit, in family bonds and in generosity that overflowed from their hearts. Joy was found in the simplest things, shared meals, laughter echoing through open windows, good conversation, and sunsets that painted the sky with gold and crimson. Living simply stripped away the non-essentials and revealed what truly matters: connection, kindness, and presence. Traveling on a tight budget wasn't a limitation. It was actually a key to authentic connection with the people and the land. It pushed me out of my comfort zone and straight into the vibrant heart of Sri Lanka's daily life. The constraints I faced led me to the most memorable, meaningful experiences of my life. So my darlings, I invite you, look beyond the glossy brochures and curated itineraries. Pack light, take the local bus, eat at the roadside stall where locals gather, and stay in a family home where you'll be welcomed as one of their own. The island will reward you with warmth, beauty, and a sense of connection that lingers long after you leave. The greatest adventure is letting a place change you, opening your heart to its lessons. Come and join the adventure. Let Sri Lanka show you the richness of a simple life.